Hey everyone, it's been a while since we've actually cooked. Sorry about that. It has been a very crazy, busy, and otherwise few months. Um, I didn't even tell you guys when I was because I didn't want anyone to worry and I was fine. And frankly, sometimes when you're in the middle of a battle spiritually, you don't want to give the enemy any weight. And that includes sickness. I do not claim any sickness. So, I got back from an amazing conference in California at the end of January, and I came home with COVID, which I didn't know until I got home. I kind of actually got sick on the plane on the way home, but I found out that like somewhere between 5 to 7 of my friends that I was with had COVID. So all of those worship breaks I was doing under the weather were because of that. And then been playing catch up with a lot of work stuff and group activities that I obviously could not do while I had COVID because I couldn't expose anybody. And finally got better, and then I had norovirus last Monday. So it's been a little crazy. So I know we have not done the food and falsetto thing in quite a while as far as actually cooking, but I wanted to do that tonight, and I actually had some time to do it and felt like I could. Hi, Dario. So the good news is, I haven't been sick in 4 years, literally, so I am just good now for 10 more, I believe. So I'm so glad to be on here with you guys. You would have laughed at me in the middle of having COVID. I was very angry about it, and I was yelling at the devil and jogging in place in my living room because I wasn't going to have any shortness of breath. And I was singing songs over people that I've been praying for because the enemy wasn't going to keep me from praying. And I was decreeing and declaring things. So just want you to know that if you're not feeling well, that's the way to go. Hi, Roger. I know other people have joined. I haven't seen your comments, though, if you've commented. So I just want you to know I'm not ignoring you. I just have not seen your comments. I'm glad you are all joining me tonight. We are going to make some rice pudding. I am literally putting like 2 capfuls of vanilla from this really yummy Mexican vanilla in. My friend orders it by the case from Mexico and then sells it to all of us. She's our vanilla dealer. So this is mostly going to be vanilla, but I have this thing for almond flavor. And I'm going to put a little bit of almond extract in also because I just like the flavor. It adds like just a little depth sometimes to different cookies and baked goods, and I just have a feeling it'll be really good with the rice pudding. So I am actually doing this as a coconut milk base. So I've been heating up coconut milk. I am going to add some sugar to that as well until I get a sweetness that seems about right. And then I'm going to add egg, but I have to temper the egg. Hi, Edward. Now, when I say temper the egg, I mean if you just dump egg into hot milk of any sort, coconut or otherwise, it's going to scramble. So you have to temper the egg first by adding hot liquid to the egg until it warms up a little bit. And then you add it to the rest so that it doesn't scramble the milk. So I'm heating that up. I want to keep it kind of low here because I don't want the coconut milk to cook off. I have another container of it too, but I'm kind of going based on a recipe I saw online and kind of doing my own thing here. So I'm going to do about a 1/4 cup of coconut sugar. Mixed in with this. So that's going to sweeten it up. Now, coconut milk actually is a little bit sweet on its own, but I want to add a little sweetness anyway. Let me see what it's like with that quarter cup. This is giving it a nice brown tone because coconut sugar is about the color of brown sugar. So now we've got vanilla, almond extract, and a little bit of a quarter cup of coconut sugar in with this. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's sweet. I don't want it too sweet. Sugar can always be added. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to start tempering the egg, which, like I had just shared, tempering egg means that you are adding hot liquid to the egg to warm it up a little bit before we add it to the warm liquid, because otherwise, if you don't do it this way, then the egg scrambles when you add it to the mixture. So I just have one egg just beaten in this bowl, and I'm tempering it right now to warm it up before we put it in this liquid. I might need a bigger bowl to temper it thoroughly, but we will see. We will see. So when you temper egg, you basically add just a little bit of warm liquid at a time, and you make sure you stir really well. Because if you pour egg into a warm liquid without tempering it first like that, then you end up scrambling the egg, which is just yuck. You don't want to scramble egg in something like this, obviously. Hi, John. I'm trying to make up for all of our lost time here. As far as doing cooking, I hope you guys can hear me okay. There's been some weird stuff going on lately with the speakers on. Warm, but it's not hot. Okay. Okay, egg is tempered and I just poured it in. I'm gonna put that bowl in the sink. And then we are going to add cinnamon, quite a bit. I don't really like cinnamon in rice pudding, so I don't know that I want a whole teaspoon. I'm going to do like half a teaspoon probably. Stir that up. So at this point we've got coconut milk, we've got vanilla, we've got almond extract as well as the vanilla extract. We've got cinnamon, we've got coconut sugar to sweeten it up a bit, and we've got the one egg that we tempered and put in. So now I'm going to add the rice. I'm going to make sure that we have enough liquid here. So I took about a cup and a half of rice. Cooked rice, by the way. You have to cook the rice first, because once you cook the rice, rice will continue cooking, and that's how you get the right texture. So I cooked the rice earlier. I cooked 1 cup of rice, which gave me way more than 1.5 cups. So I'll have some leftover rice that's just regular and some rice pudding. So I'm mixing the rice in. You'll see it still looks really liquidy. So just like you cook down rice the first time, this rice has been cooked, but now to get the pudding texture, we get to cook it down again. So we're going to bring it to a boil. And then we'll cook it down again. Now, one of the recipes I looked at had recommended 2 cups of milk of whatever type. I'm using coconut milk. But these cans have a cup and more than half a cup. It's like a cup and 3/4 cups maybe. And the picture of the one online also looked a little bit runny, like maybe a little too liquidy for my taste. I like rice pudding that has a little more texture to it. So I'm going to stick with the 1 can and see how that does. So we're just going to bring this to a boil like we would with normal rice. And then once it starts boiling, we'll put it down on low and cover it just like we would with normal rice. And we'll let it do its thing. The brown color is from the coconut sugar, because coconut sugar has a brown color, kind of like brown sugar. I mean, it's the same color. This is what I use to sweeten. And see? So that's where we've gotten the color. A little bit of cinnamon as well. So yeah, so we started, I didn't do this on here, but I cooked the rice ahead of time. So you take 1.5 cups cooked rice. I did 1 13.66 fluid ounce can of coconut milk, started heating that up, added the vanilla, the almond extract to that, and the coconut sugar. And then we did 1 egg on the side. We scrambled it in the mixture, and we didn't scramble it like cook it, but we, mixed it up in the bowl. And then I tempered the egg with the warm liquid until it was warm enough that it wasn't going to scramble in here. And I added that. Then we added cinnamon. And then we added the rice. So now that we've done all that, we're just bringing this rice to a light boil. And now that it is brought to a boil, I'm going to put it on low, and I'm going to cover it back up, just like you would with normal rice, and let it cook down. Sorry, I'm hitting the spoon a whole lot. I know that's probably really annoying. I like rice pudding too. I've kind of made it before, but I've never really taken the time to make it properly, so I'm excited. I'm looking for my water. Okay, let's go and sing, shall we? How is everyone's weekend going so far? I hope you guys are doing good. Well, I know last week Leah wanted me to sing Believe Again. So I am going to do that. Not sure what I'm going to start with yet. Okay. I'm going to start with this song I wrote with my friend a while ago. It's kind of great, but well, yeah, most people are. Because I work for myself, especially with real estate and everything, I work through the weekends anyway, and same with music. So every day is just a day. Actually, sometimes the weekends are even busier for me. So Sunday's busy. So it used to be that Monday was more like my Sunday and my downtime, but now I have classes and all sorts of stuff on Monday. So now it's more like Tuesday, if it works out that way. So I thought this would be kind of fun to play. I haven't played it in a while, and it's not really a worship song exactly, but it kind of is. So it sort of fits into the whole believe again type feel. I've stood on the mountain, I've sailed the raging seas, still I've fallen on my back more than on my knees. God, if you don't take me first, this pride will bury me. Oh Lord, carry me home. I've danced in the desert, I've climbed the highest trees, still I've fallen on my face more than to my knees. God, if you don't take me first, this pride will bury me. Oh Lord, carry me home. All this time I've wandered, and all these years I've roamed, thinking that I walked on these twisted roads alone. But all my life you've carried me as heavy as a stone. Oh Lord, carry me home. Oh Lord, carry me home. I'm gonna play Believe Again. I don't know if Leah's on, but if she's not, she can watch the replay. I actually, behind the scenes, have been working on a special project related to Believe Again. You may have seen the one post I put up a while back with a behind the scenes photo, but we have officially finished the music video. I just need to do one thing in the titles. I'm not going to release it immediately. We got to build some excitement first, but it is coming soon. And I wanted to let you guys know because I will need your help sharing it when it is out. Little girl staring at the sky, I saw God in every shining star. Back when dreams seemed so easy, long before life got this hard. All it took was a wish back then, but now my faith is wearing thin. 'Cause how can you trust when your life is shed? How can you stand when you're on your knees? How can you hold it all together? Pretend to be strong when all you feel is weak. How can you hope when you're feeling hopeless? How can you pray when you can't speak? Where do you begin? When you learn to believe again. Take a breath and a step forward. Peel the layers back one by one. Trying to unpack the pain and reverse the damage that's been done. If it's a test I don't want to fail, but God, I need a little help. 'Cause how can you trust when your life is shared? How can you stand when you're on your knees? How can you hold it all together? Pretend to be strong when all you feel is weak. How can you hope when you're feeling hopeless? How can you pray when you can't speak? Where do you begin? When you're learning to believe again, I believe you're not finished with me, and what you've started, you will complete. 'Cause I do believe. But how can you trust when your life is shed? How can you stand when you're on your knees? How can you hold it all together? Pretend to be strong when all you feel is weak. How can you hope when you're feeling hopeless? How can you pray when you can't speak? Where do you begin? When you learn to believe again, I believe that I can stand when I'm on my knees, that I can hold it all together, that I can be strong when all I feel is weak. I believe that I can pray when I can't speak. Where do you begin? When you're learning to believe again. Oh, 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 'cause I'm learning to believe again. I feel like we should check on the rice pudding. I didn't set a timer, but there's not really a timer to set. It probably could use a stir. Thanks, John. Okay. So, definitely could use being stirred. Sorry, hold on. Hold on. Gotta get you propped back up. Oh. So I'm glad we took a little break to stir it because it definitely needed to be. The coconut milk had separated just a little bit from the rice. So sorry guys, I propped you back up and then you slid right back down again. Not all the way though. So this is how we're looking so far. It's starting to thicken up and soften a bit. Time to put the lid back on. Stacked piano. You like that color? Yeah, that's from the coconut sugar. You could probably accomplish the same thing with brown sugar if you didn't want to use coconut sugar. But coconut sugar is a good sugar alternative because it's natural and it tastes good, but it's not as processed as your typical sugar. Trying to decide what to sing next here. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Awake, arise, inhale the light. Come alive, come alive, come alive. Come alive, come alive, come alive. So I want to encourage you guys, if there is any part of your life that feels dry, or if there is any person in your life that you have been praying for or believing for, name it. You don't have to sing Dry Bones. You can sing Come Alive and then name the area or person that you are believing for. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Awake, arise, inhale the light. Come alive, come alive, come alive. Come alive, come alive, come alive. And we sing to you, dry bones, until you're covered in life, and the roses bloom like a rose bud in the light. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Awake, arise, inhale the light. Come alive, come alive, come alive. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Awake, arise, and see the light. Come alive, come alive, come alive. Come alive, come alive, come alive. Are you waiting on heaven? Or is it waiting on you? When the four winds blow, there's a breakthrough, a breaking through. And the four winds gonna sing it again. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Awake, arise, inhale the light. Come alive, come alive, come alive. Come alive, come alive, come alive. Gonna prophesy again. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Awake, arise, inhale the light. Come alive, come alive, come alive. Come alive, come alive, come alive. Come alive, come alive, come alive. For God's breath is blowing, and a breakthrough is breaking through. God's breath is blowing, and a breakthrough is breaking through. We're gonna prophesy again. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Awake, arise, inhale the light. Come alive, come alive, come alive. Come alive, come alive, come alive. Come alive, come alive, come alive. Through the eyes of men, it seems there's so much we have lost as we look down the road where all the prodigals have walked, and one by one the enemy has whispered lies and led them off their slaves. But we know that you are God, yours is the victory. And we know that there is more to come than we may not yet see. So with the faith you've given us, we step into the valley unafraid. As we call out to dry bones, come alive, come alive. We call out to dead hearts, come alive, come alive. Abound from the ashes, let us see an army rise. As we call out to dry bones, come alive. So breathe, oh breath of God, now breathe, oh breath of God, breathe, oh breath of God, now breathe. Breathe, oh breath of God, now As we call out to dry bones, come alive, come alive. We call out to dead hearts, come alive, come alive. Abound from the ashes, let us see an army rise. As we call out to dry bones, come alive. God of endless mercy, God of unrelenting love, rescue every daughter, bring us back the wayward sons, and by your Spirit breathe upon them, show the world that you alone can save. You alone can save. If we call out to dry bones, come alive, come alive. We call out to dead hearts, come alive, come alive. Abound from the ashes, let us see an army rise. As we call out to dry bones, come alive. As we call out to dry bones, come alive. So breathe, O breath of God. Breathe, O breath of God. Breathe, O breath of God. Now breathe. We say breathe, O breath of God. Breathe, O breath of God. Breathe, O breath of God. Now breathe. We say breathe, O breath of God. Breathe, O breath of God. Breathe, O breath of God. Now breathe. We say breathe, O breath of God. Breathe, O breath of God. Breathe, O breath of God. Now breathe. As we call out to dry bones, come alive, come alive. We call out to dead hearts, come alive, come alive. Abound from the ashes, let us see an army rise. As we call out to dry bones, come alive. As we call out to dry bones, come alive, oh, come alive, oh, come alive, come alive, come alive, come alive, come alive, come alive, come alive. Come alive, come alive. The God of endless mercy is calling you by name. You're coming alive. You're coming alive. So So come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Come alive, come alive, come alive, dry bones. Awake, arise, inhale the light. Come alive, come alive, come alive. Come alive, come alive, come alive. God, we thank you that by your power, you can bring anything back to life. And God, we thank you that you ask us to partner with you, that you ask us to speak to dry bones and tell them to live. But God, it is ultimately your breath that you breathe. That you breathe on dry bones, God, and you bring them back to life. It is the very breath of God. So we speak and we say, dry bones, come to life. And we expect you to breathe, God. We expect your breath to fill them and bring them back to life, back to truth, and back to your perfect will, oh God. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Oh, thanks for joining me tonight, guys. I figured I'd bring you to see the pudding one last time. We probably got to stir it again. I'm not sure if it's totally done or not. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with the tripod tonight. It's looking pretty good. I might cook it a little bit longer. Oh, thank you, Edward. Thank you, John. Have a good night, everyone. I love you all.